Welcome to Rades, Tunisia for the FIBA World Cup qualifier between Angola and Cameroon. It couldn't be closer between these two. Both teams enter the second phase of qualification on an identical 4-win, 2-loss record. A huge 40 minutes of international basketball ahead of us, so make sure you're ready for what should be a great game of FIBA World Cup qualification basketball. Rades providing the host city for Group E here in the African region of the qualifiers. 3 games here today. This is the first of the 3. After this game, as you can see in the schedule, Morocco take on Tunisia before Egypt face off against Chad. And in the standings, Tunisia top of the table, unbeaten so far, whilst our teams here this evening, today are Cameroon and Angola, and they sit in 2nd and 3rd respectively. That group could not be closer. Plenty to play for both teams. And there's a summary of your schedule for today. Angola, Cameroon, followed by Morocco, Tunisia, and then Egypt, Chad to finish the day off here in Rades. And this is all part of the new qualification process for the FIBA World Cup. 20 countries have already had their World Cup dreams come to an end, but there are still 60 countries left fighting it out for those 32 places at the World Cup finals in China next year. Now, all these teams carried forward their results in the first qualification round, and that's good for some teams. The likes of Tunisia will have a little bit less pressure on them. However, other teams within the competition now feeling the pressure a little bit more. So ahead of both Angola and Cameroon, there's 6 games across 2 qualification windows, the first being across this weekend and then across the end of November, beginning of December weekend as well. And plenty to play for both teams, and they'll be fully focused today on leaving the arena with a win as the Cameroonians are introduced to the crowd. And qualification for them would be historic, as they have never been to a World Cup finals before. They're only ranked 65th in the world, so there wasn't a huge expectation on them before qualification. But those hopes have been lifted by their performance in the first round of qualification. They have, however, made a coaching change with Jean-Denis Cholet taking over the head coaching position in April, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects the team here this evening. I'm sure they'll be targeting at least 4 wins in the second qualification phase to make it through till their first ever World Cup finals. And now Angola are being introduced, and they really are one of the historic powerhouses of African basketball. They've been to the World Cup final 7 times. They finished 17th back in 2014 in Spain, and they are hotly tipped to be one of the 5 teams from Africa to qualify for the finals. But they will be kicking themselves that they lost 2 unexpected games in the first round against Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo. And they'll want to be back on track tonight against Cameroon. So you can expect a big performance from the Angolans here today. In just moments now, just under 7 minutes away from tip-off. But before then, we're going to have the national anthems for both teams. Wonderful renditions of the national anthems, getting us ready for a huge World Cup qualifier here in Radez. And both teams now will be getting their minds set on the task in hand, and what is a crucial game for both of them to keep their dreams of a space at the World Cup finals next year in China alive, and the pleasantries of exchanging gifts between coaching staff and players alike. And once that's out of the way, we will be very close to a tip-off here. The coaching teams of both teams will have been working hard in between the windows, not just on the roster but the selection as well. Here are our officials for this evening: Felipe Barrera, Kingsley Ojaburu and Youssef Maiga from Chile, Nigeria and Mali respectively. And that's the crew that will be making sure everything is above board this evening here in Radez. Both teams now look to complete their warm-ups. Let's have a closer look at the Cameroonian roster. Oh, sorry, it's the Angolan starting five first. And they'll start with Dominguez, Antonio, Moreira, Moore and Morais. Cameroonians, they're going to start with Menzana, Strawberry and Nanoko, Pitard and then Zuli as their starting five. Now remember, the World Cup qualifications are going on across the globe this weekend, and if you want to stay on top of all the action, make sure you download the FIBA World Cup app. The official app will give you all the latest news as well as some video highlights, and it's available on iOS and Android, so make sure you get your hands on that. Coach Cholet there for Cameroon. He'll be keen to get his international coaching career off on the right foot today. And then an upset against Angola would be a first feather in his cap. And at the moment, Cameroon sits second in Group E in the African qualifiers, and they're on a 4-2 record. And they only lost to Tunisia twice in their first round. Now bear in mind, Tunisia entered the second phase completely unbeaten so far. As for Angola, they also have a 4-2 record, but due to points difference, they sit in third. And Angola's two losses in that first round came against Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo. They won't have expected to lose either of those games, but that's where they are. And the qualification reasonably straightforward in Africa. It's the top two teams from the two second round qualification groups, and then it's the best third place team. That's how the 5 berths for Africa will be decided for the World Cup finals in China next year, as both coaching staff get their final instructions across to their teams.
After this, call the play. Make sure you understand the play. Call the play loud, okay? Now we're going to start the defense, okay? Gideon's going to put pressure on the guy, okay? Boys, don't jump. Soit pas sur les fins de shoot, okay? We got you can go hard on him, okay? You can push, you can go hard on him, okay?
Final instructions there from Coach Cholet in his international debut. And Coach Voigt as well. He'll know his team needs to be fully focused. Cameroon will not be an easy task for them here today. Just waiting now for the starting fives to come to the floor. Final preparations of both teams ahead of what is another big game of international basketball. Nation pride on the line for both Angola and Cameroon. Angola a mainstay of the FIBA World Cup. They've been there 7 times. Cameroon yet to feature in the World Cup finals. And we're ready to tip off here in Rades as the FIBA World Cup qualifier between Angola and Cameroon is underway. Good ball movement early on from Cameroon, and Manzana starts with a 3. That's a great start for the Cameroonians. Ball now to Moret. As Moreira tries to back his way to the basket. Cameroon playing good defense as well as good offense, and Angola forced into a tough first shot of the game. Andrana pulls up for another jumper, but can't get this one to go this time, and Dominguez now gives it off to Moore, who hands it on to Moraes. He's being double teamed. Wide open, Moraes for 3. Too heavy though on that one. Both teams settling for some long-range attempts to start proceedings. Manzana there unable to get that one to go, and the official's whistle blows for a foul. Noko called for the foul. A little bit too heavy-handed, and must have been a push in the back on the battle for the rebound. More now. Goes to Moreira. To Moraes. Moreira sets a big screen. He's a big man. And that's a long bomb, and he's tied the game up with that one. Antonio from way outside. Zuli now looking to feed the post, and Manzana wants to go to work in the low post. He's double teamed though as Angola sprawl all over the Cameroonians, and it's a 2-on-1 fast break for Angola, and they make it pay as Yannick Moreira scores the easy soft right hand. Long range shots no good for Cameroon, and there's a battle under the basket, and the official's whistle's blown. Manzana's good for the line for the first of his 2 free throws. Averaging 80% from the line so far in these World Cup qualifiers. This is his 4th game within the qualifiers. And gets a second to go. He's responsible for all 5 of Cameroon's first points. Moraes with the ball, hands it off to Moreira. Good ball movement here by Angola, some nice pick and rolls. Inside to Moreira, he's got the mismatch, he's got to make that count, and he does. Very patient offense there by Angola. Petard now with the ball. Comes back out. Manzana wide open for another three and drains the three. That's 8 points personal for Manzana and 8 points for Cameroon as they take a narrow 1 point lead with 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Nice spin move by Morea, but he couldn't get it to go. But they retrieve it on the other end, and Dominguez now hands it off to Morea. Goes inside, Moreira. Nice little fake. Oh, nice finger roll. Beautiful big man work there by Morea. He's averaging 11.7 points per game. He's played in all the qualifiers for Angola. Had a huge game out last time against the Democratic Republic of Congo. 20 points, 10 boards in that outing, and want to replicate that here today. Pitard now with the ball. Goes inside to Noko. Kicks it out long, and he's fouled. Can't get the three to go, but he's going to go to the line for 3 shots. Foul's going to be called on Moraes. Strawberry goes to the line for 3 free throw attempts. Signed for Gran Canaria in the ACB in Spain. Signed back in July for them. It's only 67% from the line so far in these qualifiers. He's played in 3 before today. And gets the second drop as well. Cameroon open out a 2-point lead over Angola now. Dominguez back to Moore. Moraes with the ball. Loses the handle though. Looked like it was out of bounds. The officials were on top of it though, so it wasn't. Moraes now kicks it to the wing. Dominguez can't get it to go. And the foul is going to be called on Moreira. Silly foul by the big man. No coach likes seeing a player picking up a foul that far away from the basket. Zuli now with the ball. To Taku. Taku now looking for options. Comes back to Nzuli. Nzuli finds a lane to the basket, feeds it inside, and oh, that's a tough play. Manzana can't get it to go. He's earned himself a trip to the charity stripe. As Moore gets called for the foul. Benoit Manzana is another player on the move in the off-season. He's just signed for Seoul Thunders in the Korean League. A new experience for him. Gets the first to go. Biggest performance of the qualifiers so far was against Guinea back in June. 16 points, 4 boards for Manzana in that one, and he's more than on the way to top that today. It's already up to 9 points and 2 rebounds. Should be a qualification high game for him. Moraes now to Moore. Oh, beautiful shot from Moore on the wing. A little confusion on the switching there from Cameroon, and it gave Moore the breath of air that he needed to get the shot away. Strawberry now pulls up for the 3. Little line on that one, and the rebound is pulled down by Moraes. Oh, crossover into the corner. Antonio has so much space there to take a shot. Instead, he takes a challenger's shot. And the officials say he's been fouled. Strawberry's making the argument that he wasn't fouled, that it was a clean block. Officials just explaining to him, as much as he may disagree with the call, can't be so overt with his protests. Jose Antonio now at the line. It's his first game in the qualifiers. The 28-year-old gets the first of his free throws to drop. It's always good as a player when you're starting a campaign like this and getting your first game to make a scratch on the box score as early as you can. Preferably not in the foul column, but for Antonio, he's made sure it's the points column, and he's opened Angola out a lead. If he makes this one, it could be out to a 3-point lead with a little over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Can't get that one to go. It'll just have to be a 2-point lead. And Cameroon come away with a defensive rebound. A long 2 attempt from Kaji, and it's off the back of the iron and out. Tentative start from both teams so far. Domingos inside, has it stripped away, and Noko will come away with it. Into the hands of Moret, in the corner for 3. Too much on that one. Moore will grab the rebound, come back to Moret for another 3. He's short again, he's not found his form so far. Nice hesitation from Strawberry. And Cameroon have 2 players on the floor, and it's out of the break. An easy lay-in for Jose Antonio. He's up to 4 points personal. And Angola take the lead out to 4 points now with just under 3 to play in this first quarter. Noko now. Taku comes back out to Kaji. Kaji's very short on that one, lucky to graze the ring. Out the break to Antonio now. Sorry to Moreira, and he comes up short and then gets that one to roll. Looking for the foul as well, though, with his little narrow Euro step. No good, and the timeout's being called. As Angola hold a 6-point lead, 18-12 over Cameroon here in Rades. Let's jump into the huddles and see if we can hear what's going on.
Too easy bucket and too quick shot. Work on the plays. We don't do with rhythm. Work on the plays. Okay? Work.
Flex.
Okay, 4 flex. Okay? Hey, now we gotta spring back. We gotta get the rebound, and we can push the ball too. We miss fast break, and we don't spring back. Okay? Come on, man, let's go.
Hey, yo. Hey, run the play. Run the whole play, man. Run the whole play.
Come here.
Just flow right into motion right now. If we need to play, it's El Cinco. El Cinco.
As expected, both huddles reasonably calm at this stage of the game, and it's a learning process for both the players and the coaching staff for Cameroon, as Cholet is in his first game in charge, but he's asking his players to trust the offense, and it's the mantra of many a coach around the world. The players always seem to pull short on plays. They don't necessarily run all the lanes. It can often be the final option that's the best option in structured offenses, but Angola have come straight into a 1-2-2 zonal press. Cameroon break it quite easily as Kaji can't get it to go, though. He's fighting for his own offensive rebound, but Moret in the end grabs the rebound for Angola. Moret into the low post, going to barrel his way to the basket, can't get it to go, but it's come off a Cameroonian hand, so it's still going to be an Angolan ball on the baseline. Seconds on the shot clock as Conceição will look to put it in. Gonna have to get it in soon though, otherwise he's going to get called, and he does get called. Good defense by Cameroon. 5-second violation from Conceição there on the inbound pass. As Cameroon were sprawling all over the defensive action on that possession. Taku now. Comes back out to Strawberry. Strawberry trying to create his own space. Goes to the corner now for Kadji. Kadji pulls up for the jumper. Can't get that one to go. And Angola will come away with it in the hands of Moreira and gets the 2. And Angola have opened up a commanding 8-point lead now as we enter the final stages of this first quarter. Just 90 seconds left now on the first quarter clock. Another Euro step from Moreira gets himself a 2. Taku now goes inside to Kadji. Kadji looking to find Noko inside and does this time. He's posted up too low though. It's going to be tough to come out of such a low position in the post. Can only really go to the middle. Left-hand hooker too heavy. And Moraes comes away with the rebound for Angola. Angola will be happy with their performance so far here in Rades. Ball goes down into the low post and it's a little drop step hook shot from Mbunga, and he's lucky to get away with that one. Looked like it could almost be an offensive foul there. Defender seemed to take a stand. Taku now being guarded closely by Conceição. Shot clock down to 10. And Zuli now steps back for the long 2. He's short on that one, and the fight for the rebound is won by Angola. Paolo comes away with it, but it's stripped away by Cameroon, and then Zuli now is out at the races, goes up for the lane. Oh no, he doesn't! He goes up with a one-handed jam! Disguised that one well, and Zuli comes away and just palms the ball and throws it down. That's the way to finish a transition. Conceição flies inside, looks to skip it to the corner, but is fouled on his way to the basket. It's only the 3rd team foul of the quarter for Cameroon, so it'll be a sideline possession for Angola. 4.6 seconds left in this first quarter. Passes it inside, it's stolen away. Are they going to get a shot off in time? And he pulls up, shoots the long drop, can't get it to go. And that's the end of the action here for the first quarter. And with 10 minutes already completed, Angola hold a comfortable 22-14 lead here in Rades. And they have been in control for the majority of the game. Cameroon struggling to find form under new coach Cholet. They'll hope that that changes soon. But still 30 minutes of action here in this game in Rades. Plenty to play for as both these teams work hard to earn their place at the FIBA World Cup Finals in China this time next year. Welcome back to Rades for the FIBA World Cup qualifier between Angola and Cameroon. Angola lead this one 22-14, and look at that shooting percentage, 78% for Angola, and that's why they have the lead. Whilst at the moment Cameroon sit on a lowly 14% field goal shooting percentage. They need to improve that if they've got any chance of winning here this evening. Angola in full control of this one. And they will be happy with their first 10 minutes of work. Cameroon started well, and it was on the back of that man, Menzana. He scored their first 8 points. But, Angola spread the ball a little bit more and found some space, and there's a nice transition break between Domingos and Moreira. And they played a lot more team basketball in that first 10 minutes. And that's what's earned them their 8-point lead. Zana leads all scorers with 9 points so far. As we start the second quarter here in Rades. And the foul is going to be called early here on Bakala. Sideline possession for Angola. Bogmis is into the game for the first time. Sorry, Pedro's into the game for the first time for Angola. Nice ball movement here. Conceição for three. A little bit light on that one, and it's out of bounds, so it'll be Cameroon ball. Morto will go to the baseline to inbound. As Bacala brings it up over the half for Cameroon, being guarded closely by Paulo. Ball now into the hands of Epoch. Tries to shift it and does so. Can't get the shot away though. Bacala unable to get the three to drop, but Manzana is fouled as he battles for the rebound, and I think Lopez is going to be called for that foul. Let's have a look at this one closely, and yeah, clear foul there. There's a fair bit of hustle under the basket. Always good to see players fighting it out for that ball, but Lopez unable to secure the rebound legally. So it's going to be a Cameroon ball under the basket. Bacala now with the ball at the top. Zippo sets an illegal screen and gets called for the foul. Frustrating as a coach to see your team make fundamental errors like that, especially when you're trying to fight your way back into a game. Conceição now with the ball at the top, running a horns offense for Angola. Mbunga now with the ball to Conceição. Very fluid, the Angolan offense, and Mbunga's now got the ball in the low post, and he's going to try and just battle his way to the basket, but it's great defense by Bacala and stops him from getting an easy two, and there was definitely a size differential there. Almost stripped away by Conceição. He plays such a high intensity on the defensive end. Whenever he's on the floor, so much pressure applied, and Taku's now feeling the brunt of that pressure. Manzana now kicks it back out to Epoch, and he comes away with a mid-range jumper and rattles it home, and a sigh of relief, I imagine, on the Cameroonian bench as they break the seal on that basket and reduce the Angolan lead to just 6. Mbunga to Paulo. Paulo trying to battle his way to the basket, does so, just finds the narrowest of seams to exploit. And Angola's first basket of the second quarter has taken them almost 2 minutes. Manzana now. Ah, beautiful play by Manzana. Caught Lopez with his hands in the cookie jar. Ione Lopez Pedro picks up the foul, and smart move here. He's got his hands all over him, so all he needs to do is swing his arms through, and the officials are going to call the foul. Smart move by Manzana. Gets himself to the line. Technical foul has now been called as well. I think that's going to be assigned to the head coach of Angola. So Coach Voigt has just compounded Cameroon's misery with that one. Gets the first of the technical foul free throws to drop. Can't get the second to go. But does now the third. And another one to drop as well. And Angola there being pegged back in due to a coaching mistake. And Angola's lead is down to just 5 points now, and Cameroon will be grateful for that. That really has helped them. It's instances like that that can really change the swing of a game. There's a scrambling Schlues on the floor, and it just shows how much that all the players want the ball. And beautiful transition offense there from Paulo, and he gets an easy 2. Players launching themselves onto the hardwood. And Zana now to Pitard. And Zana for 2, drops the 2. Conceição. Conceição now finds Malik in the corner. Ah, oh, hits the 3. Nope, just a 2. Foot on the line. Conceição's left in a heap in the paint, but he's got himself an assist from that. Beautiful pass into the corner, and Malik drains that long 2. And the official helps Jacques Conceição to his feet. And Angola's lead is back up to 7 with a little over 6.5 to play here in the second quarter. The poke now with the ball. To Moto. Moto inside to Manzana. Oh, big rejection from Pedro, and it's out of the races for Paulo. And one big phase of play for Angola. Not in Paulo's house at one end, and that sparks the transition offense for Leonel Paulo to get out at the other end and score the bucket. Angola now with the opportunity at the line to open a double-digit lead. Paulo not the best free-throw shooter, though, only 47% so far from the line in his 6 games in this qualification campaign. Comes up short with that one. Pitard now hands it to Nzuli, and Nzuli goes inside to Ipok, and Ipok comes back out. Beautiful ball movement by Cameroon, and they make it pay. As Strawberry, Strawberry drops the 3. Paulo now with the ball as Pedro sets him a screen, doesn't use it, comes around the corner, but the foul's going to be called. Yeah, easy call for the officials to make as Ipok is bodying up on Paulo all the way to the bucket. Domingos now will inbound the ball for Angola. Goes long to Mbongo, back to Domingos. Is he going to take the 3? No. He's going to square up and wait for the screen. A little bit more pick and roll with Moreira. This time to Paulo. Drains the 3. Back out to a 9-point lead for Angola. And every time Cameroon squeak their way back into this one, Angola slam the door on them. 5 minutes left in this second quarter here in Rades. Manzana is fouled, and Moreira's going to get called for that one. He's only just come back onto the floor. going to be a baseline ball for Cameroon. Petard to Strawberry. Strawberry, little fake, pulls the trigger on another three. Not enough on that one, though, and Angola can breathe a sigh of relief because their defensive cover did not work on that possession. Moreira to Domingos. Domingos inside. Can't get it to go. He went in and amongst the trees. Yes, and Domingos quite happy to go in the paint and fight out amongst the big men. He turns the corner and puts his foot on the gas, draws the contact. If anything, he'll be slightly disappointed he's not going to the line to complete an and one. Gets the first of his 2 free throws. Domingos' biggest performance. There's only been an 11-point outing so far. That's his first point of this evening. And there's his second, and Angola are up to an 11-point lead here in Addis over Cameroon. And they're applying the pressure with a 1-2-1-1 zonal press. Cameroon easily break it, but it's burnt almost 10 seconds off their clock. Ball now with an Anoko. Anoko can't get it to go. And Angola come away with it, and they really are starting to take full control of this game. Moore now goes back door on Menzana. Now into the hands of Murray. Back out to Moreira. Pulls up for the long two. Quite a telegraph shot that by the rangy Moreira. And Strawberry draws the foul with an explosive drive to the basket. Just a quick change of direction and pace. Catches Lionel Paulo on the back foot. Manzana now with the ball. Pulls up for a long two. He's short on that one. You can hear the noise from the Angolan bench. They're happy with the defensive pressure. They're forcing Cameroon to take shots that they don't particularly want to take. Moore now, quick spin for the big man. Feeds it inside to Moreira. Moreira floats in with the right hand, and the basket is good, and a timeout has been called. No real surprise there. Angola 37, Cameroon 24, 3:31 left in this second quarter, and Angola are threatening to blow this one up. They're going to walk away with this one if Cameroon can't change something and change it fast. And Coach Cholet's called the timeout. Let's dive into the huddles and listen to what the coaches have to say.
We don't rebound, we don't swing back. Turn them in. Can't run play. They put pressure on us. No sprint back. No nothing. No nothing. And they're killing us on a one-on-one. Every time. It's easy to speak, it's easy to laugh, it's easy to joke, it's easy to play soccer in practice. It's harder to play defense here in the game. So let's play hardy, let's go.
Right, let's come back to 6-8. Come on.
You dared him to shoot those? If you have a hand, he's not going to make them. Okay? Right? But up.
An interesting timeout there from Coach Cholet, calling his players out on some of their training ethic, playing soccer in training instead of working on their defense. And if that's the case, it certainly is showing, as Angola hold an easy 13-point lead over Cameroon, and they can't stop them at the moment. So he really is calling his players out to prove him wrong and show that they've got some heart and some soul and some pride in what they do. Strawberry now. And Zuli trying to set some offense up. It's very static at the moment for Cameroon, though. None of the players are moving. Strawberry now to Menzana. Oh, my goodness, Menzana. I think he might have taken his coach's comments personally. A huge jam from him. Mane now with the ball. Moore now. Pulls up for the long jumper. Rails home the three. He was contested by Petard, but The big man, Reggie Moore, gets it to go. Shooting 39% from the perimeter so far in the qualifiers. He is a player that can shoot from range. That'll have been in the scouting report for Cameroon. Manzana dumps it inside, but it's too hot to handle for Anoko. And instead of getting the easy two, he's going to get called for the foul. And Manzana's going to be frustrated with his teammate there. It was a good pass from him, but this is what Manzana can do to you when his back is up. Big jam from Benoit Manzana. Paolo will go to the line as both teams are in the penalty already. Still just under 2.5 minutes to play, so I imagine we'll see quite a few free throws in the closing stages of this first half. Can't get the second to go, and the rebound's pulled in by Nzuli. Let's see how those words from Coach Cholet impacts the on-court action for Cameroon here. Strawberry back to Manzana for three. Does he get the roll? Not this time. And although Cameroon fought hard for the rebound, it's Moraes that's going to come away with the ball. Moreira now looking to back his way to the basket. Pivots inside, but the defense is strong from Nzuli, and again, there's good defense from Cameroon. Noko now skips it to Strawberry. Strawberry, nothing there, and they're going to have to slow it down, but that's fine. They've got 13 seconds on the shot clock. Taku goes inside. It's knocked away. So it's still going to be a Cameroonian ball. And they've still got 7 seconds left on the shot clock. It's close. That could have been called either way, that one. Taku now with the ball. Feeds it inside. Oh, strong play by Strawberry. Gets it to go, and he'll get the and one opportunity at the line. Gets the extra point, and every point matters for Cameroon at the moment. The Angolian lead is down to just 12 points now, as the unlikely point guard Reggie Moore brings it up over the half for Angola. Domingos now uses the screen set by Pedro, finds his way inside, kicks it out. Good ball movement here by Angola. Oh, athletic play, and Pedro almost gets it to go, but is fouled in the process, so he's earned himself a trip to the line, and with only 2 on the shot clock, that really was a get out of jail for Angola. And the foul's going to be called on Anoko. Good defense on that first penetration, but brings his hands down on the second. And spits out Pedro's second free throw attempt. Manzana now. Back to Strawberry, shot clock down to 2. He's going to have to put up the 3. Oh, he beats a buzzer. Maybe Cameroon have the luck on their side today as he drains the 3. 9-point ball game. Domingos now floats up the left hand, gets it to go. That's a tough play. In amongst the trees. Taku now for Cameroon. To Nzuli. And Noko sets the screen and Zuli looks to drive inside, but the foul's going to be called on Domingos, I think. It's going to send Nzuli to the line for 2 shots. 9.8 seconds left on the second quarter clock. So Angola are going to get a chance to run an offense here. And if they can secure the rebound off the second attempt, if Nzuli misses. Gets the first to go.
9 seconds, guys. 9 seconds. 1 shot.
9 seconds has been confirmed, not 9.8 as the screen would tell us. And Zuli gets a second to go, and Angola have got the chance to build an offense here. 5 seconds now. Domingos to the basket with the fake, floats up. Beautiful play by Yerson Domingos to finish the half. Wonderful play. He's up to 6 points personal. And at the end of the first half, Cameroon trail 45-34 against Angola. And what has been an interesting first half. Angola have been on the top for the majority of it. But there's no doubt that Cameroon certainly have it in their locker to cause problems for Angola. As the players head back to the locker rooms to fine-tune what's happening to them so far. Here are our shooting percentages. Angola, 78% from 2 points. Unbelievable shooting percentage. The rebounding battle's reasonably even. And that's all the other statistics. It really is that shooting percentage that's so high for Angola. And that's one of 2 reasons. That's either poor defense by Cameroon or unbelievable offense by Angola. I have a feeling it's a combination of the 2 at the moment that means that Angola hold an 11-point lead here in Rades after 20 minutes of action. And we'll be back for the other 20 minutes shortly. And here are some of the highlight plays from the first half. And we've had a very interesting first half of action. And Angola lead this one by 11. And it's on the back of Yannick Morale scoring 12 points. Got 4 rebounds as well. And supporting him is Lionel Paulo, who's got 10 points to his name. On the Cameroonian side of things, they're being led by Manzano, who's got 16 points. He scored their first 8 of the game. He's also got 3 rebounds to his name. Assisting him is DJ Strawberry. He's got 12 points, 4 rebounds as well. But it is that difference in shooting percentage that's leading the way. Angola shooting 78% from 2, while Cameroon are only shooting 36%. And that's what's led us to this 11-point lead. And Angola really have dominated both quarters of action here so far. And it's down to Coach Cholet of Cameroon to start dictating things a little bit more for the Cameroonians. They have it in their locker. They have the skill set. They have the players on the roster to make the big plays. It's just whether they're able to put it onto the floor and work as a team, because at the moment there's an awful lot of individual skill that's getting them their points, whereas it's Angola's teamwork that has got them the lead. And remember, this is an absolutely critical game for both these teams with regards to their World Cup qualification. At the moment, Cameroon and Angola on identical records, 4 wins, 2 losses. So the winner of this will go to 5-2. The loser goes to 4-3. And with Egypt and Morocco breathing down the necks of these 2 teams, they both want to come away with a win here today. Plenty of action on the floor for you to enjoy, and plenty of highlight plays as well. But at the moment, it's Angola that are in the driving seat, and if they can leave with a win tonight, it really does put them in a good place. They take on Chad tomorrow evening before taking on Tunisia the following evening on Sunday. That will complete this window and then they'll obviously come back at the end of November, beginning of December, across that weekend to play 3 more games, and it'll be at that point we'll know which teams from the African region will qualify. Now remember, it's the top 2 teams from each of the 2 groups is guaranteed a qualification spot, and then it's the best 3rd placed team that will take the final qualification spot for the African region. So plenty to play for here in Radez. Still plenty of time on the clock for Cameroon to mount a comeback, and with the likes of Strawberry and Manzana in your team, you always have the ability to score and score in a hurry. But at the moment, it's Angola that are in the driving seat. They have had the best of the first 20 minutes of action, and Domingos finishes things off well in the first half with that score. And join us again for more basketball here in Radez shortly. Well, welcome back to Rades for the second half of this big game between Angola and Cameroon. At the moment, Angola are having the better of things. They lead this one 45-34, and they really have controlled the game from start to finish. Cameroon started reasonably brightly, but Angola quickly put their presence onto the game. And you can see by the body language of the Angolans, they feel they're in control of this one. Whereas the Cameroonians really haven't found their form as of yet. And Coach Cholet for Cameroon, he's having a tough debut on the international scene, and he's asking his players, you know, do they have the passion and pride to come out and perform on the biggest stage? And we have 20 more minutes to see whether they're willing to put that performance in. That young man there, 23-year-old Manzana, has had a big first half, and he is one of the few highlights for Cameroon. He's on 16 points personal, 3 rebounds, and a couple of big highlight plays from him. But outside him and DJ Strawberry, there really hasn't been too much to shout about for the Cameroonians. However, for Angola, they have spread the love. Moreira has 12 points for them, and Leonel Paulo with 10, Domingos and Moore with 6, Antonio with 7. Their team offense has enabled them to stretch out this 11-point lead, as Coach Cholet has his final words to his team.
And play with rhythm, push the ball, okay? We got Jeremy, we got DJ, we got Ben, and we got Kaji on the 5, okay? The same play, 5 minutes.
Ok, ataca a linha final.
Okay, primeiro jogar força 5, okay, força 5.
Yep.
All right, if they switch it, double teams coming from the baseline, so try to get to the middle if you can.
Vambora.
Good job, let's go.
Always interesting to watch coaches trying to coach in their non-native language. One of the challenges of international basketball, but by the looks of it, Coach Voigt has managed to overcome that challenge as he's on his way to leading Angola to their 8th appearance at the World Cup finals. And we're ready now for the start of the second half here in Rades, as Cameroon will get us underway from the halfway line. Angola lead this one 45-34, 20 more minutes of action to bring you here. Taku now with the ball, hands it off to Strawberry, to Nzuli. Nzuli goes inside, drives straight into the brick wall that is Reggie Moore, and Angola will come away with possession. Dominguez now to Antonio. A little bit light on that jumper, and he steps out of bounds, so it's going to be a Cameroonian ball. Let's have a look at the replay. Yep, good call by the official, eagle-eyed. Nzuli now back to Taku. Calling from the screen from Manzana. Gives it off to Strawberry. Ah, nice pass by Strawberry inside to a cutting Taku, who gets the 2 off the glass. Cameroon will be relieved to get their scoring underway nice and early in this second half, and a foul off the ball there called on that Kenny Kaji. Kaji yet to score in this one. He's averaging 12 points a game so far in qualification. As Domingos goes to the basket and 1. Yes, on Domingos. Drives the baseline, draws huge contact from Taku and gets it to go. And you see what that means for Moreira, showing the guns. And Domingos will go to the line to try and convert this 3-point play. He's only 50% from the line so far in the qualification campaign, so not the best of shooters from the charity stripe. The 22-year-old has really turned up tonight and converts the extra point. And a little bit of afters there from Moreira and Kaji. Moreira is going to get called for the holding foul. So Cameroon are going to get the ball back. The look of innocence there for Yannick Moreira. A little bit of handbags, I'd say, for both teams. No real damage done, almost stripped away by Moray, and this time it's intercepted by Domingos, who brings it up over the half. Into the post to Moreira. He's going to go to work against Manzana. Spin move to the baseline. Oh, sweet move by Yannick Moreira. And the zone press once again is in action. Manzana comes away with it though, and the foul is going to be called. And Moore is not happy. He's saying, let him come into me. Don't reach in. There's no way he's going to jump over me. Reggie Moore, the man mountain, fancied his chances there against Manzana, but Antonio gives Manzana the get out of jail free card and sends him to the line for 2 shots. Connects with the first of his 2. And the second. Bringing it down to just 12 points now, the Angolan lead with 8:22 left in this third quarter. And another foul off the ball, and you get the feeling the officials are trying to clamp down on these fouls, and Taku is going to be called for the foul. I think it's Taku, or is it Kaji? No, Kaji's been called for that one. You get the feelings the officials are trying to stamp out the off-the-ball physicality of the game at the moment. Moreira now with the ball to Moore. And you feel that the intensity of the game is starting to pick up a few gears. Domingos now to Moreira for a long 2. Manzana, does he come away with a rebound? No, he doesn't, but it's off Domingos, so it's going to be a Cameroonian ball.
Way to be in the play.
Taku now to Kaji. To Taku. Trying to find a lane to the basket, but nothing there. And Zuli is going to be fouled by Moray. So look at that, yeah. As Nzuli brings the ball across, Moray is caught with his hands in. Manzana now. To Taku. Taku, little hesitation, drives inside, fades away. Good defense by Moore, forcing Taku to take an almost impossible shot. And they've got a 5-on-4 break now. And the foul's going to be called on Manzana, as Moreira was going to finish that with a jam. Nice pass by Moore, and in the end quite a good foul really by Manzana. He's wrapped him up so he's not going to get a shot away, and it's going to send him to the line for 2 as Taku goes to the bench. And into the game comes Gideon Pitard. Moreira no good with the first. Does connect with the second. Back up to 13 points now, the Angolan lead, and they're still in their 1-2-1-1 zonal press, which really isn't looking to steal the ball. It's really looking just to slow Cameroon down and burn some of their clock. Manzana now floats inside, can't get the luck off the glass, and Moreira comes away with a rebound as he falls to the floor. Antonio now drives to the basket. Kaji called for the foul. That's another foul on Kaji. He's picked up 3 fouls in this second half. It's just the poor footwork that's costing him. Just an incorrect pivot as he's moving directions. Antonio now at the line for 2 shots. As Cameroon already in past the foul marker for the quarter, and there's over 7 minutes to play. That said, Angola have got 3 team fouls already, and that emphasises the physicality of this third quarter so far. Bakala now looking to put the ball in and does so to Nzuli, who advances it up over the half and quickly is double teamed and throws it straight into the hands of Reggie Moore. The Angolan defense does its job and forces the turnover. Moray now trying to cross over Bakala, but can't manage to do it, and it comes away in the hands of Pittard. Back to Nzuli, to Strawberry for 3. Not enough on that one, but Nzuli will grab the rebound, and this time it's back to Bakala, and he comes away with a 3 of his own. Frank Bakala there. Only a 33% perimeter shooter, but lovely form, sets his feet and drains the 3. Officials have blown the whistle. And Pittard has been called for a foul. And Domingos will go to the line for 2 shots. And this is the problem for Cameroon now. Being in the foul situation they are in this quarter, Angola are going to get plenty of free shots at the basket from the free throw line. And Domingos hasn't missed tonight. 3 from 3 from the line. Keeps that up as it extends it 4 from 4. And Angola continue to keep Cameroon at arm's length. It's the second to roll home as well, and Angola persist with this zone defense, and rightfully so. It's worked. They're pushing the Cameroonian players into the areas they want them in. Bakala now with the ball. Sorry, Moto with the ball. Comes to Strawberry. Strawberry inside. Oh, two-handed jam from Anoko. And it's that kind of play that can spur a team on, that can really change a tide. Cameroon will want to get it down into single digits. That's another psychological barrier to break through. Domingos now. Morea sets a screen. Domingos with a little hesitation. Moore for 3. Ah, beautiful shot from Reggie Moore. And this has happened time and time again. Cameroon with a big play at one end, and it's quickly cancelled out by Angola at the other. And Reggie Moore with back-to-back big plays as he steals the ball away. Fakes the 3 this time, hands it off to Antonio, who'll shoot the 3. Oh, and he hits the 3 as well. Angola lighting it up from the perimeter. Foul's going to be called as Pittard drives to the basket. Let's wait to see which player that's going to be called on. There's a replay of Antonio taking a highly contested 3. Such confidence in his form there. And that 3's opened it out to an 18-point lead now for Angola. 61-43, a little over 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. As Domingos is on the ground injured, that would be a loss for Angola. They're just checking his right leg at the moment. Looks like it might be muscular. With 2 more games this weekend, I think they'll probably look to rest him if they can now. Maybe it's cramp in that muscle. He'd look to try and stretch it out straight away. I wouldn't imagine we'll see Domingos again unless the game starts becoming tight. They don't want to risk him. He's an important piece of the puzzle for Angola. Pittard now to inbound the ball. Does so to Anoko. Back to Pittard now. Little hesitation. To Moto, to Strawberry. Strawberry fakes inside. Pittard for three. Short with that one, and Angola once again grabbed the rebound. Conceição is into the game for Angola to take over point guard responsibilities. Moreira now going up against Anoko and gets it to go, and he gives a little look to the bench and a wry smile on his face. He enjoyed that one. Biggest lead of the game now for Angola. It's up to 20 points, and Cameroon need to chip away at it soon. They need to stem the flow. And Zuli for three. He drains the three. Perfect timing from Nzuli. Only shooting 22% from the perimeter before tonight's game. He's definitely stepped up his work rate from that area this evening. Long shot from Antonio. Not enough. Moreira. Gets it to go, and the guns are on show. As Moreira battles for the rebound and gets the two off the glass. Watch him work hard in the paint here to claim this one. Up against two Cameroonian defenders, and he's just too strong for Strawberry to deal with in that low post. He'll go to the line for the extra one. And I think the body language on the Cameroonian bench tells you an awful lot. They're looking pretty dejected at the moment. Connects with the extra one. Back up to the 20-point lead. 4 minutes to play in the third. And Zuli now to Pittard. Noko to Pittard to Nzuli. Gets it to go. That's Pittard for three. And Cameroon are staying in this one, and it's all from the perimeter. That's where their lifeline is coming from. Conceição now goes to Antonio, feeds it into Moreira. Oh, what a beautiful fake by Moreira. Couldn't get it to go, though. Faked and Anoko out of his shoes. Pittard now kicks it out to Bogmis. Bogmis back to Pittard in the corner for three. Not this time. Moto goes up strong, and he's fouled. So he'll take a trip to the free-throw line. Conceição's called for the foul there. Moto's a good three-throw shooter, shooting 77% from the line before this game. He's played in 3 of the qualifiers so far, the Towson graduate. Pedro comes back into the game, and as does Mbunga for Angola. And Cameroon are picking the pace up on the defensive end now. Antonio now with the ball. So Mbunga for three. Not on target with that attempt, and Cameroon will scoop up the defensive board. Pittard for three. Off right with that one, and the foul's going to be called. Wait to see who that's on. I have a feeling it's an Mbunga. Yeah, it is. Boxing out with his elbows rather than his body. Noko will go to the line for 2 shots. Noko really is a defensive specialist. It's his first game in the qualifiers. He's won Defensive Player of the Year in the D-League as part of the Grand Rapids franchise. That's his last action in the D-League as he's recently signed for Sakarya in Turkey. His first experience of professional European basketball ahead of him this season. And Pedro will grab the rebound for Angola, and Conceição will go coast to coast, and he's rejected by Anoko, not in his house. And Cameroon throw it away. And Pittard overplays the pass. Beautiful rejection, great timing by Anoko, and that's why he has become renowned for his defensive presence. Almost stolen away by Pittard, but Angola hold on to it. And Bunga now with the ball. Oh, it's tipped away to Moto. Moto's almost lost the handle though, and he's going to come back out. Catch and shoot now for Bogmis. He's got no joy from the perimeter, and the foul's going to be called, and another one called on Mbunga. Moto just losing his footing, and let's have a look at Mbunga here and see where the foul is. Yep, once again using his arms to box out rather than his body, and a timeout's going to be called with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Angola lead this one 66-52. Let's jump into the huddles and have a listen to both coaching staff.
All right, so now you have to match that with good shot selection, all right, with no silly fouls and rebounding. Their points are coming from the free throw line and from offensive rebounds. That's it. Okay, todos atentas? All right. Offensively here, Fracco. Now, Joan, if he's denied, he's looping out, and you have to be the one that comes back. So we can't scream at you. You got to
play defense like this for the first second. We are by 10, guys. Huh? Come on, let's go.
Come on!
Coach Cholet there much happier with his team's performance in the last few minutes, showing a bit more intensity on the defensive end, and that has led them to a little bit more control and success in the game. But is it too little too late? There's still 12 minutes left in this one, and they're only down by 14. They are on the up, but you do have a feeling Angola have another couple of gears to drop into if they need to. And Noko now at the line for two. Connects with the first. And the second reduces the Angolan lead to just 12 now. Remember, it was up to 20 at one stage, so Cameroon are on the up. Conceição now being guarded closely by Pittard. He's frustrated at the official's call. He's got to be careful of such a reaction. It's an easy call for the officials to make. He's cut right across his shoulder. I'm not too sure why he looks so shocked. If he sees the replay, you can clearly see that his hands and footwork weren't quite quick enough to steal the ball cleanly. Still protesting his case. Conceição is back at the line. We've seen an awful lot of free throws in this third quarter. Both teams getting into foul trouble early on in the quarter. Conceição with a poor effort there. Instantly accepts responsibility though. Puts his hands up and apologises. Makes amends on the second free throw. And Angola back into their 1-2-1-1 zonal press. One of my favourites to watch. When you execute it well, it really can pay dividends. Not only does it slow the opposition down, it gives you some great trapping opportunities in the corners as well. And Noko now backing his way to the basket. Strong move, goaltending. No, that was on the way down. Not sure if it was Pedro or Paulo that got their hand to it. I think it was Paulo. Let's have a look. Well, that's a tough one, but I think it was just on its way down. Cameroon's defense really has ramped up a few gears now, and Moto chasing that one down. Managed to get the ball into the hands of their point guard, Conceição. Pedro, quick footwork, fools Moto, and that will earn himself a trip to the line for 2 shots. And if he can hit both, it's back down to single digits, which must be, sorry, it'll extend it back out to a 13-point lead, which will be a concern for Cameroon, because they've worked hard to bring it down. They've almost halved the Angolan lead now, and to allow Angola to open the lead back up from the free throw line will be a little bit disappointing. Pedro hits the first of his 2. Can't connect with the second, and Moto's there with the big rebound. Cameroon look an awful lot more confident here in this 3rd quarter than they have all game. And Bunga now with the rebound. Gives it up to Conceição, and Angola come away with it. 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. Moret can't quite make it to the basket. Cameroon come back the other way. Big rejection by Mbunga, but he's standing out of bounds, so it's still going to be a Cameroon ball, and I think he liked that play. Great timing on the defensive end as he slaps it off the glass. And then another rejection there from Pedro as well. Moto now for the mid-range. 2 gets it to go, and he's fouled by Pedro. That brings it down to just a 10-point lead, and Moto will go to the line with the opportunity to reduce the Angolan lead to single digits. Beautiful form, and keeps his composure under severe pressure from Pedro. 48.3 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, and if Cameroon can go into the final quarter only trailing by single digit, that really will be a huge psychological boost for them. You can see how they're playing defense now. The energy levels have risen for the Lions of Cameroon. Conceição now is needing to get it over the half. Instead, he throws it away to Moto, who loses the handle, and Bunga will grab the loose ball. About 11-second differential shot clock, game clock. Conceição inside off the glass, can't get it to go. Pedro will get the easy 2 on the offensive rebound though. And Angola open their lead. Back up to 9. Sorry, back up to 11. Anoko now. Ah, beautiful move. Textbook play in the low post. I think it's an unsportsmanlike foul that's going to be called on Conceição. It looks like it was called while he was trying to create some space for the inbound pass. Here's a spin move in the low post from Anoko. Gets that to drop. And we didn't see it in that clip, but there's some kind of contact between Conceição and Pittard. And Pittard will go to the line for 2 shots. 3.7 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, and I'm not sure if it's 2 or 1. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh yeah, easy call for the officials there. There's no problem with Conceição using an arm bar, but you can't use it in another player's throat. Very simple call for the officials. No good with the first of his 2 free throws. He's got 1 more to come, and obviously Cameroon will get possession as well for the final 3.7 seconds. No joy from either of his free throws though. Slightly disappointing. Cameroon had a chance of really cutting the lead, and they fought their way back into this one. They've absolutely dragged their way back into it. Can they reduce the Angolan lead more? 3.7 seconds. They'll get 1 more chance. Mbunga heads to the bench, as does Moret. for Angola. Into the game comes Bastos. Catch the ball, can he get it up? Pittard floats it up, he's short with that. Big collision under the basket as bodies are flying around. Bit of an argument ensuing now under the basket. As Paolo is wrapped up with Pittard and no one's willing to step back. Tangle of legs at the moment and a bit of ego and stubbornness on show. Just wait to clear this up. There's still 0.7 seconds left on the third quarter clock while we clear this one up. Pittard's helped by the medical staff for Cameroon to the bench. He's holding his left elbow. Let's have a quick look at the replay of this, and Pittard goes strong to the basket and Pedro just shoulder barges in before Paolo comes flying across and clatters him. He really did get a double punch there, really. Got hit twice by the aggressive Angolan defense. Just waiting at the moment. Obviously, Pittard unable to take his three throws, so instead in steps DJ Strawberry. Angolan lead is down to 7 points now. Will they get a shot off? 0.7 left. Nope, they won't get a shot off in time, and that's all she wrote for this third quarter. With 10 minutes left to play here in Rades. Angola 70, Cameroon 63. And what a comeback from Cameroon. They've really worked hard in that third quarter to come back into the game. They've given it their all to work their way back into their game, and with a tenacious defense has triggered their offense. 7-point lead for Angola, 10 minutes left to play here in Rades. Huge effort there from Cameroon in the closing stages of that third quarter has reduced the Angolan lead to just 7. Angola 70, Cameroon 63, but the Angolan shooting is still phenomenal from 2 points. 73% from 2-point field goal percentage, and that really is the story of their 7-point lead, but it could have been an awful lot more. Cameroon have battled their way back into this one, and you can feel the tensions rising in the arena. It's starting to get a little bit more physical here in Rades, with both teams feeling the pressure and knowing how important this win is to them. Plays like that from Domingos enabled Angola to take their lead out to 20 points at one stage in this third quarter, but ensued a big fight back by Cameroon, and at the end of the quarter it's down to just 7 points now. Leading Cameroon scoring is Menzana. He's got 18 points and 3 rebounds. Helping him out is DJ Strawberry with 14 points and 4 rebounds as well. On the Angolan side, their leading scorer is Jose Antonio. He's got 12 points, 2 boards. Yerson Domingos has got 11 points, but he's gone to the bench. We're not sure if we'll see him again. He looked to be having cramp in his right calf muscle, but we're seeing back on court now as we start the final quarter here in Rades, and it's a quick steal for Cameroon as Moto knocks it back to Bakala. Bakala gives it to Pittard. Pittard comes back from that injury. Looked like he'd hurt his elbow at the end of the quarter, and Anoko is fouled by Moreira. That's an early foul on Moreira. That's foul trouble for him. That's his third foul of the game. to Moto. Moto, little fake, change of direction, floats inside. Needs to make those kind of baskets for Cameroon. Domingos now has it knocked away by Pittard. His reaction is absolutely enjoyable. He can have an entire highlight film of his disappointment at the referee's calls. Theatrics from Pittard every time he thinks he's got a steal. Domingos now with the ball. Once again being harassed by Pittard. To the corner to Mbunga for 3. In and out with that one, and Anoko comes away with it, throws the lob. A little bit too high, the lob from Strawberry there, and Angola will come back with Domingos. That's a tough play. Goes strong to the basket and has to lay it up, facing the wrong way. Gets the 2 to go though, and Angolan lead is back up to 9. Strawberry for 3. A little bit off to the right with that one, and the iron bounces it away. Domingos now, as Moreira sets the screen. Domingos drives inside. Another great defensive play by Anoko, and it's out to Strawberry. One-handed jam and the foul. Moreira, rightfully so, asked his teammate, why did you foul him? But he did. And there's the defensive play by Anoko yet again, and Strawberry out of the break. An easy call for the officials and a slightly dangerous foul there from Malik. That will send Strawberry to the line. And that's actually been called on Moreira, the foul. Malik, sorry, that's been called on Malik. It's an unsportsmanlike foul, which will give Cameroon a shot as well as possession. Strawberry connects with the 3 throw, so his 3-point play is converted after the Anoko block at the other end, and Cameroon will get possession, and it's down to just 6 points now with just under 8.5 minutes to play. Moto now with the ball to Pittard, and the foul is going to be called on Malik. (2,000 quick succession for Mohamed Malik. This is his first game in the qualifiers. Maybe the nerves and the excitement getting a little bit too much. Pittard now to Strawberry. Strawberry for 3. In and out with that one, and Domingos will pick up the rebound for Angola. Mbunga now goes across to Malik, steps back for 3. Too heavy, and Strawberry grabs the rebound. Pittard for 3. Sorry, not Pittard. That was Nzuli. What a beautiful 3. And the Angolan lead is down to 3. 7.5 minutes to play, and Cameroon are completely back into this game. Pittard is called for the foul. And the game has become a little bit more of a physical battle, and that seems to be suiting the Cameroonians more than it is the Angolans. And here's the corner pocket. Nzuli 3. Mbunga now being harassed. Menzana goes inside though to the basket, and one for Mbunga. The big man comes to play when it counts the most. Angola on the back foot, and Mbunga takes the team on his shoulders and leads them to the basket. Being harassed by Menzana, and Nzuli comes across to help, but it can only foul him. Mbunga to the line for the extra point. And Angola go back to their zone press. And Zuli now drives inside, scoops it off the glass, a little bit heavy-handed, and that's knocked off Manzano, and it's going to be an Angolan ball on the baseline. Good defense by Cameroon, and Moreira comes away free. Domingos now with the ball at the top as Angola slow things down. And Mbunga now into the corner. Malik for three. No joy with that one, and Cameroon retrieve the defensive rebound. Manzana, a little fake, drives inside, floats in, tries to hand it off to Nanoko though. Really should have just gone to the basket at that point, and Nanoko doesn't want the ball in that situation. And Manzano had done all the hard work to create the space. Dominguez the three, not enough. Malik battles for the rebounds against Nanoko, and it's all tied up. It's going to be a jump ball situation, which means it's going to be Cameroon possession. Got to get it over the half. It's almost stolen away. It's off the foot of Mbunga. Six-point lead, 6:19 left on the game clock, and what was looking like a walk in the park for Angola early in the third as they had a 20-point lead is anything but. They've dropped into a 2-3 zone now. Let's see how Cameroon contend with that. Big rejection. And Paolo gets in on the action on the defensive end, rises up and slaps it away. Can only knock it out of bounds though, so Cameroon will hold on to possession. And Zuli now. Looking to back Dominguez down, but it's in a zone, so he's going to have help behind him. To Strawberry, almost loses the handle, and the shot clock runs out on him. Couldn't get a shot off in time, and that's good defense by Angola. Taku now will take over responsibilities of hassling Dominguez every single centimetre of the way over the half. Dominguez just drives past him, no, can't get the and one play, but will go to the line for two shots. Yason Domingos is playing above his years. He's only 22 years old. Really is playing with a veteran head on his shoulders. And Taku is called for the foul, sending Domingos to the line for two shots. Domingos, an important part of what Angola have done this evening. He's up to 14 points. He's got a plus-minus of 18. Alongside Yannick Moreira. Absolutely critical piece of the puzzle for Angola. Too much on that one, and Cameroon will come away with it. And Zuli now. As Manzana sets the screen for him. Long jump shot is no good as it bounces over the back, and Ipuk can't get that one to go. It's going to be an Angola possession on the baseline. As Moore comes back into the game, and he's been influential in this one. He hit some big shots, played some strong defense. He's an immovable object on the floor as he goes straight into battle with Manzano, and the foul's going to be called on Manzano as all Moore's trying to do is work his way up the floor. And Manzano's constantly bumping chests with him. That puts Cameroon into the bonus now. More now with the ball at the top. More goes inside and loses the handle, but it's off Hipok, so it's going to be a Angola possession, and we're really entering the crucial phases now. 5 minutes left on the game clock. Angola 76, Cameroon 69. So much at stake here in Radez. Both these teams on a 4-win, 2-loss record as they try and make it to the World Cup finals, and they're not going to like that. Manzana out of the races. A nice, simple two-handed dunk for him. Angolan lead down to just 5 now after a poor pass by Domingos. A rare mistake from him, and Manzana is ready to capitalize fully. Mode now with the ball at the top. Little crossover, drives inside, and it's fouled. Strong play by Carlos More. Draws the foul from Manzana. Earns himself a trip to the line to convert the and-one. It was just that crossover play, and for young players out there, it just shows it's not the speed, it's the control that he has over the ball and his body in that situation. His crossover wasn't lightning fast. Double change now for Cameroon as Onoko comes in and Moto comes in. Manzana goes to the bench. Can't get his extra point to drop, but the rebound is eventually in the hands of Conceição. Conceição now trying to shake up Taku, and crossover, followed by crossover. Can't get the shot off in time, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. So it's going to be a turnover ball, and Cameroon will take control of it. 10th stage of the game now. Every possession counts. Every mistake will hurt your team. Can he get it over the half in time? Yes, he can, and gets it back from Onoko. Slows it down. Comes back to Strawberry now, being guarded by Paolo. Strawberry, little hesitation, and then just throws it away. Puts his hands on his head with frustration. And Toku will come out of the game as Pittard comes back in. Taku is a little confrontation there with the coach. Reggie Moore not happy with Conceição, asking the ball to be passed quicker. Just shows how important these games are for these players. The pride they show playing for their nation. They want to win at all costs. More now with the ball at the top, pulls up for the three. Air ball from More. And the nerves maybe getting the better of some of these players now. And the timeout has been called here in Radez. 78 to Angola, 71 to Cameroon. A little over 3 minutes left on the game clock here. So much at stake for these teams. A place in the World Cup finals up for grabs. Let's jump into the huddles and have a listen to what both coaches have to say.
First of all, play the same defense we've been playing for a couple minutes. Okay, be aggressive, play defense. Okay, we're still not in foul trouble. So let's go, play hard. Offense, four-side. You know the play? So maybe we can have something good. Let's run it. When we call four-side, we go one-on-one, so nobody knows what to do. Okay, we play four-side, or we play four-flash, and we play head. The three plays we're gonna run: four-side, four-flash, and head.
Now go ahead.
Yeah, okay? Defense here, though. I still want Diamant.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Just eat clock. I don't really want to
Queima seu tempo no diamante.
Clock with you up. All right. Now when he drops, bump or ome. Communicate. When we get stops, go into motion. Right into it.
Vambora. Bora, malta. Vamos aguentar isso, hein?
Interesting listening to Coach Voigt there for Angola saying, I want to run clock. He wants to eat the clock up. And absolutely the clock is on their side. They lead by 7, a little over 3 minutes to play. If they manage the clock well, it's going to make it difficult for Cameroon to come back into this one. And their pressing defense will burn some clock as well. It slows Cameroon's offense significantly. And they drop into what looks like a bit of a match-up zone. Moto open from the corner. Can't get it to go. And Pittard now to Nzuli. Pulls the trigger on a wing 3. Nothing there. Anoko with another big rebound. He's played a great game so far today. Moto inside. Tries to hand it to Anoko, but it's knocked away by Paolo to the hands of More. More now to Moore. Back to Conceição. Conceição fakes a 3. Tries to cross up Anoko, but his footwork's quick enough, and the foul's going to be called, and he's frustrated at the referee. I can understand his frustration slightly there, but his footwork might not have been quite quick enough to stay in front of Conceição. Let's have a quick look. Well, I'm not sure. It might be on Strawberry, that foul. Nope, it's called on Anoko, and the officials have a quick, quiet word with him. Tell him he can't be so visual and so over the top when he protests. Happy to have a chat with him, but it's got to be a quiet, calm chat. Apologise there if you heard any unsavoury words. Passion's running high and the competition is heating up here in Radez. Misses both his 3 throws from the line, and it really does show how much pressure can play a part in a game. Conceição is a good 3-throw shooter usually. Moto now inside against Moore, draws the contact from Moore, and it's a good call by the officials. Moore might stand there with his hands up, but he's still moving forward with his arms forward. So Moto will go to the line for 2 shots. Moore will come out of the game. In fact, no, a timeout has been called here in Radez. As things tighten up, both coaching staffs want to get their points across. So let's go into the huddle with Coach Cholet.
Who's shooting the ball? Qui shoot? Okay. Gédéon, tu es ici. Okay. DJ, you take Adela, you take the middle after your free throws. You come here. And DJ in the back, okay? Ball in. Andrew, ball in. Trap, okay? Trap. Gédéon, t'as la lucarne. Gédéon, get the window.
Hey, don't come back and trap the big man, though. Just deny.
Okay, yeah. DJ, you ball side, okay? Adama, tu côté balle. DJ, il est sur le ball.
If we need to play, it's El Cuatro, with Carlos on that wing, okay? And then there's that action for you, okay? It's about
Always good as a player to have calm coaching staff in the huddles when you get to the clutch moments of games. You take your lead from your coach, and both the coaches there, Coach Voigt for Angola and Coach Cholet for Cameroon, very calm and considered in how they're delivering their messages to their teams, and you'll see that translate onto the floor as the players approach it with a calmer, a more composed manner. Moto at the line for 2 shots now. It's the first of his 2. Averaged just shy of 13 points per game in his college career at Towson, and averaging 6 points per game in the 3 games prior to this one in qualification. Doesn't get the second to drop though, so the Angolan lead sits at 6 points. 2.5 minutes left now on the game clock here in Rades. Ball into Moreira. Moreira quickly swings it to More. More to Moreira. More for three. He's short with that one. Great defense by Cameroon. They rotated well and they made sure they switched cleanly. Inside to Anoko. He's got established and it's now in the hands of Nzuli. Not enough on that one, and Domingos will grab the rebound. Gets it back in as he falls out of bounds. Domingos now being harassed by Nzuli, finds a lane to the basket. It's a strong move by Domingos. Grabs his own offensive rebound, gets it out to Moore, and again they're going to manage the game clock, slow it down, burn some clock off. Shot clock down to 6. Paolo now goes inside, loses the handle, though that's not what they want. There's no problem with burning clock, but you do want to get a reasonable shot attempt at the end of it. Just 90 seconds left on the game clock now. A huge ask for Cameroon, but they can absolutely do it. They've got the shooters out there to score points in a hurry. Pitard now to Anoko. To Strawberry. Strawberry double teamed. Anoko with the ball. Quick ball movement. Can they get Nzuli open? No, but they can get Moto inside for the two. A quick two. They're going to have to step up the defensive pressure now, though, Cameroon. They can't just sit back and let Angola run clock. They need to apply pressure on the ball. And they look to now as Moore takes control of it, hands it back to Domingos. Domingos drives inside. No one's come across to help. And thankfully for Cameroon, it's not cost them an easy two. There's only 6 seconds left on the ball as that one's knocked out of bounds. Angola will hold on to possession. Domingos now to inbound the ball. Tries to float it inside to Moreira, instead throws it away. Exactly what Cameroon would have wanted. To Moto against Moore and flushes it with two hands. We are game on here in Rades. It's down to just a 2-point ball game, 78-76, 38 seconds left to play. As expected, there's nothing between these two teams. More inside, gets a two! What a cold, cold play by Carlos More. Gets the 2 points. He'll go to the line for the bonus. Look at how he draws the contact from Anoko. Veteran play. A 32-year-old using all his experience there. And a multi-medal winner for Angola. He's won 4 gold medals, 2 silver medals in Afrobasket. Imagine at this stage of his career, pushing that onto a medal at the World Cup Finals. It's a long way away. They've got to qualify first, but that basket was a step forward for them. So no surprise, a timeout has been called with the game so close, under 30 seconds to play. Angola holding a 5-point lead now after that 3-point play. Let's listen to Coach Cholet, see if he's got a rabbit in the hat that he can pull out.
Tu fais comme si tu fais fin de faire un écran là-bas, mais tu vas faire l'écran pour Gédéon. Okay? Après tu t'en vas. Catch you here. Okay? Kenneth, you're here. Okay? You're gonna set a screen here. Okay? Then another set a screen for a DJ. Okay? Like fist. Like fist. Okay? You set a pick here, and then after here, he's gonna set a pick for you. You take the ball and we shoot. Okay. We shoot quick shot and rebound. And after we stay high and we press. Okay?
Strawberry or Nuzwele trying to attack. So if you have the non-shooters, 4 or 6, you got to be a lane. The worst thing we do is give a quick shot. It can be a 3, make them earn it. No quick layup. No layup.
Wonderful game of chess going on between the two coaches there. Cholet for Cameroon asking his team, get in, get a quick shot. And Coach Voigt for Angola, saying no, do not let them have that quick shot. Anything but that quick shot. Make them earn their shot. Let's see which coach has his way here. Nades. Moto sets it downstream for Pittard, nothing there. And this time they managed to inbound the ball. Pittard now to Strawberry for three! Not enough on it, and Conceição comes away with the rebound, and this time he's fouled and hits the deck hard as he trips over the foot of Nzuli. .2 seconds left on the clock. Still time for Cameroon in this one. Big rebound there for Conceição, and he trips over the leg, of Moto on his pivot. Nzuli's going to be called for the foul, and it's going to send Conceição to the line for 2 shots. And these really are big pressure shots. If he makes these, this really does put some ice on the game for Angola, but Conceição says he's unable to take them. He's hurt himself, so he's going to go to the bench. Not the best free-throw shooter in the team. Only 69% before this game, whereas Domingos has done well from the line so far. A tactical move, you have a feeling there, from Angola. Connects with the first, out to a 6-point lead now. This one would move it to a 3-score deficit that Cameroon will have to work back in 19 seconds. Connects with the second, that's real ice in the veins time for Domingos, and Cameroon have to advance the ball quickly. They can't get caught by this press. Strawberry floats inside, right hand off the glass, can't get it to go. Moore pulls down the rebound and almost pulls Pittard's arm off at the same time, and that's all we're going to have for you here in Alades as the clock runs down. Angola have secured the victory. They win this one 83-76, but it has been a full 40-minute battle here in Rades. We have been entertained from start to finish. As the players have put on a show, Angola looked in control for much of the first half, all the way through into the third quarter. Cameroon had a huge comeback, but Angola win this one 83-76. They'll be very, very happy indeed. They move on to a 5-win, 2-loss record. Angola slipped to a 4-win, 3-loss record. Angola moved to a 5-win, 2-loss record. Cameroon slipped to the 4-win, 3-loss record, and that will see Cameroon drop out of the automatic qualification spots after today's game, but they live to fight another day. Angola will now face Chad tomorrow, and Cameroon will go up against Morocco tomorrow. All smiles on the faces of the Angolan players. Plenty of happy faces in that huddle. They'll be happy with their day's work here in Rades, and a round of applause for their fans that have come to the arena to watch them as the Cameroonies leave the floor dejected. They'd worked so hard to come back into it. Early on in that third quarter, they were trailing by 20 points, and they brought it back to such a close finish. Great entertainment, a great spectacle of international basketball for us to enjoy here. A real battle for 40 minutes, a very physical battle at times as well. Thankfully, it didn't spill over. The guys on the hardwood kept it within the spirit of the game, and you see the smile there on the big man, Reggie Moore. He's had a strong night. 9 points to his name, but some big defensive plays as well. He really is an immovable object in the paint. And here are some of your highlights from today's game. Big play there by Domingos, and he had an awful lot to do with the success for Angola today. 16 points, 6 rebounds and 2 assists to Domingos' name, but leading them in scoring was Yannick Morea. 20 points, 9 rebounds for him, along with 2 steals. Also in double digits was Antonio and Paulo, 12 and 10 respectively for them. And looking at the Cameroonian performances, leading them was Menzano with 20 points and 4 boards. Just behind him, DJ Strawberry, he had 17 points, 5 boards, 3 assists and a steal to his name. And then Moto and Nzuli are the other 2 players in double digits for 13 points and 10 points respectively. But a big game for Angola, and that moves them at the moment into second position in Group E. Cameroon dropped down now. They're out of the automatic qualification spots, and they'll want to bounce back in their following 2 games. So Angola will face Chad tomorrow and Tunisia on Sunday, whilst Cameroon will face Morocco tomorrow and Egypt on Sunday. Still plenty to play for as both these teams fight for a finals place at the FIBA World Cup Finals in China next year. But Angola take the spoils this evening. Angola 83, Cameroon 76. Thanks for joining me, and I've hoped you've enjoyed the action here from Rades.